Today we're discussing the bureaucracy we have for AP Government, the federal bureaucracy. Overview, the bureaucracy is very large and complex. 2.7 million civilians, 30% of that is defense, and 1.4 million is military. The authority is divided among several managers. We have the appointment of officials. Most agencies must share functions with related agencies. The Constitution does not mention a bureaucracy. Problems with the bureaucracy is often a result of political context, what Congress, judicial branch, and the president do. Myths, it gets bigger each year. All bureaucracies are in Washington, and bureaucracy makes government inefficient and complicated. The structure is that 15 pyramids represent the 15 executive departments. Example, Department of Transportation. We also have regulatory agencies like the Food and Drug Administration. The services performed by the bureaucracy are implementing laws, implementing the president's policy, issuing rules, and distributing information about public programs and services. History is that it was used as patronage by president in the early republic. It kept subordinates supportive of policies, helped to build party organization, and provides rewards. Has increased due to higher demands on government functions. Largest increase was during the Civil War. Since 1970, the growth has slowed, but does not take into consideration people who work indirectly. To fire a bureaucrat, we have the buddy system. Tailors job description to a specific candidate. It's a very difficult process. Employee must be given written notice within 30 days. A specific example of an unacceptable performance. The Merit System Protection Board must grant a hearing with the right to an attorney. 1/10 of 1% are fired after the probationary period. They created SES, or Senior Executive Service, which made them easier to fire, but awarded cash bonuses and didn't work well. Pathologies. Lots of red tape, duplication, waste, and conflict. Red tape, you must buy American, must award minority contracts, and must pay prevailing wage. Why can't the bureaucracy run like a business? There are a greater number of constraints on the agencies. Reforms. We have the Pendleton Civil Service Reform Act that was passed by Republicans in response to spoils system and to avoid mass firings. The Garfield assassination. Hiring must be based on merit. Office of Personal Management, OPM, administers civil service exam, publishes job openings, and hires on the basis of merit. The Hatch Act 1939 permits bureaucrats the right to vote, but not the right to actively campaign. The Whistleblower Protection Act of 1989 is designed to protect bureaucrats who tell on their bosses. Iron triangles. The definition of this is a close relationship between an agency, a congressional committee, and an interest group. Less important due to increase in number of interest groups. The triangle number 1 is the industry and lobbyists, or interest groups. For example, weapons manufacturer. 2, congressional committee dealing with the industry. An example would be the Armed Service Committee. And 3, the agency. The Pentagon would be an example for this one. This is an example from the Princeton Review book, which we highly recommend. Issue network is more complicated than an iron triangle. Presidential power over the bureaucracy. The president appoints the heads of the agencies, issues executive orders, and alters an agency's budget. Congressional oversight. Congress approves an agency for it to exist. The authorization legislation, permission to begin or continue a program, states the maximum amount of money an agency can spend on a program. Appropriation, money to finance an agency or program. We have legislative vetoes, which are executive decisions lie before Congress for a specific period of time, and Congress could veto the decision with one or both of the houses. This was, in fact, declared unconstitutional with the Chadha case. Congressional investigations, not directly stated in Constitution, but inferred by ability to legislate in